And his opponent from here in Brentwood, Essex. Let's hear it for Smoky Joe Mullender. Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the fighters, I'd like to introduce a young man in Joe Mullender's corner. He's the former undefeated British and WWE World Light Welterweight Champion. Let's hear for Mr. Jason Rowland. Goodwin Promotions presents a middleweight contest consisting of 6 3-minute rounds. Kindly sponsored by Diamond Racing. Firstly, introducing into the blue corner, wearing the black and white shorts at today's weighing, he's scaled 11 stone and 6 pounds, with a perfect professional record of 2 fights, 2 wins, from Sofia in Bulgaria. Let's hear for Samet Hyvseinor. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black shorts at today's weighing, he's scaled 11 stone and 9 pounds. Also with a perfect professional record of 2 fights and 2 wins, from here in Brentwood in Essex. Let's hear it for Smoky Joe Mullender. Referee Robert Williams with his final instructions, 6 3-minute rounds. As I said earlier, someone's O must go.
Enough. Good. Mullender. Good. Get back to your corner.
So here we go. The boys are getting bigger. It's the middleweight division. 6 rounds of 3. Smoky Joe Mullender in front of his home crowd here in Brentwood. He will be determined to put on a good show. Not the only local boy fighting tonight here at the Brentwood Leisure Centre. But as you can see, Smoky Joe is just trying to get on the front foot, first things first. And just get the supporters right behind him as he pushes Samet Hyvseinor back onto the ropes, the unbeaten Bulgarian. But both these fighters very much in the early stages of their pro careers, both 26 years old, and both having won 2 of their first 2 fights. The referee might have his hands full here tonight, Kevin, with these two, because quite often in the first couple of fights when you get into the pro ranks, you sometimes lose your discipline slightly.
Yeah, definitely, but it's not started that way. Hyvseinor was a good amateur. It's going to be a good fight. It's a very good matchup. Both 2 fights unbeaten. Both won't want to lose their unbeaten records. And Hyvseinor here looks nice and tight and neat and compact. I think it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, 2 very sturdy boxers who are in great condition and look like they can both pack a punch. Look at Hyvseinor unloading some good punches there. And if Mullender wanted to find out if he was going to be in a fight, he's found out pretty quickly in this first round.
Caught with a few there. It's hard work in your first round in your hometown. He's not just a local fight. This is actually his hometown, so a lot of pressure on him. And this Hyvseinor, he looks good, looks neat, compact, looks like he's strong. That's I think we've got a bit of a war on our hands here over this fight, I think.
Mullender said he prepared 3 years before his pro debut in January. Beat Steve Spence and Paul Morby at the York Call back in July on points, both of those.
Paul Morby's a tricky opponent. He knows his way around the ring. He can tie you up and make you look untidy, but he won every round. So looking at that before we came into this fight, I expected someone who could deal with tricky opponents. But this Hyvseinor, he looks like he can box. He's tight, he's neat, nice little shots. When he opened up, he caused Mullender a lot of problems. It's a very good even fight, this.
Joe Mullender, a personal trainer, who has had to obviously spend a lot of time training himself, so he's had to really cut back on giving the classes in preparation for this big fight in his hometown of Brentwood. What can he produce tonight? Hyvseinor has started at a good lick here tonight. Knocked out his opponent in his last fight.
Good shot. Hyvseinor, to me, just looks like he's just carrying that bit more power, to be honest, in this first round. He just looks like he's just the harder hitter. He just looks like he's a bit more strong.
Mullender gets in close and starts to unleash a couple of body shots, and you can hear the reaction of the crowd, but Hyvseinor hits back with interest. Nice little uppercut there from Mullender, and a good left to the body.
Yeah, that hurt him. You can see the way he's walking back to the corner there. That just came at the wrong time for Mullender, because that was a lovely shot he landed just on the bell. Could have just done with a bit more time to follow up on that. We'll see if he's recovered after the minute's rest.
Well, Joe Mullender beat Steve Spence on the undercard of the Audley Harrison comeback in May against Ali Adam. 13 wins from 15 in the amateurs as well. But this is what he's been building for, the 26-year-old. His chance to have a see whether he's cut out for the big time, the Brentwood boy. And this is the battle of the undefeated. And at the moment, it would take a brave man to call it.
Absolutely, it'd be a hard round to score as well. That one, they were both landing good shots, both landing big shots. Just let's see what that effect, that left hook to the body just on the bell, as slow to come out of the corner. So that might be a good sign for Mullender. I'd jump on him nice and early, to be honest, if I was him. Try and land that shot as quick as you can again.
And his trainer Jason Rowland will have been really pleased with how he approached that first round, keeping his discipline when Hyvseinor was throwing some big punches.
Yeah, it was nice to see Jason Rowland get a mention before the fight, because he was a really exciting fighter, a fighter that I used to love watching, and he could throw a nice body shot, so obviously he's passed that on to Mullender.
And he's a local boy as well.
Yeah, definitely, and Mullender, again, he's got the effect of, he sold a lot of tickets here tonight, and he's in his hometown, and you can come out and be a bit reckless when that happens, but he's got a tough fight in his hand tonight. But again, that body shot around the side is the one he's having success with.
Well, Jason Rowland spotted him training in a gym and said, right, I can do something with this fella. And that's how Joe Mullender got to this point. 2 minutes to go in round two. And Mullender has been the one coming forward in this second round.
Better start to this round. I think it must be the effects of that left hook to the body at the end of the round.
He said when we saw him interviewed on Sports Tonight Live in the build-up to the fight that he hadn't even watched Samet Hyvseinor. He was concentrating on his own performance. As Hyvseinor tries to land a big right, as he crouches in and then unleashes one round the side, but Mullender didn't seem too perturbed by that and keeps pushing Hyvseinor back, who's started at a rate of knots, but is slightly crawled back into his shell in this second round. Yeah,
it's a better start to the round of the second round by Joe Mullender, but he's still a dangerous fighter. See, when he comes forward, then he's still got power in them shots, and he needs to be disciplined and concentrating all the time. But he took a little left hook to the body and stepped back and took a breath in, and that's when you know you've hurt somebody, when they step back and try and get that breath and he's catching it again.
Lovely shot, good right from Mullender there. You've got to watch out for Hyvseinor, who every time he draws in Mullender tries to land a blow over the top, and there you see another one he tried to put down the barrel, but Mullender keeps coming forward.
Putting good educated pressure on him here in this round, and then body shots that he's whipping and are really having an effect. And again, see, every time he takes him, he just takes that little jump back.
I didn't like the look of Mullender adjusting his waistband so close to his opponent there. He almost got caught.
Absolutely, a very dangerous thing to do, but that's just a little bit of a lack of concentration and maybe a little bit of inexperience of someone who's only had the 2 professional fights.
44 seconds to go in this second round of 6 in the middleweight division, and Mullender has certainly taken more of a toll in this second round. Look at this, trading punches.
Good shots there, yeah, good shots around the side by Hyvseinor, and then a nice little uppercut there by Mullender. It's a good contest, this. I'm enjoying this.
He's a busy fighter, isn't he, Mullender? just worry about that little feint to his waistband. Sometimes he should just maybe back off.
That's a good shot.
Huysenor reacts again, but definitely Mullender's round.
Really warming into this fight now, Mullender. I was a little bit worried for him in the first round. Caught a couple of shots and maybe shouldn't have been caught with, but that was a great finish to the round.
So, as Mullender takes on some fluids ahead of the second round. We'll just take a look at some of the best moments when Huysenor tried to put some pressure on there, and there was a neat little left uppercut. And Mullender's been throwing quite a few uppercuts.
Yes, yeah, but he's sort of, I like the way he's sort of been sort of tip-tapping with the uppercuts and then whipping the big body shot round the side. That's nice, just drawing your opponent's attention away from the area. Little few pitter-pats upstairs and then bang, whip the body shot up, and that's the way to open up somebody.
So they'll be getting the instructions now. It's Jason Rowland just making sure that Mullender's absolutely ready.
Come out straight to the centre of the ring. You mean business over the referee will send him back.
Well, Huysenor's taking his time.
Very slow to get out of the corner.
I think Mullender, just from what we've seen in the last round or two, has got the superior fitness.
Definitely, I think he's either playing possum in a very clever way, otherwise Mullender's really having an effect on him.
Huysenor really came out firing in the first round, but he diminished in that second round, and he was very slow to get off his stool at the start of this third round. Mullender feels that he's got his man where he wants him now, and the crowd are starting to rise to him.
Yeah, he's landing some beautiful shots here, Mullender. He's impressed me with his work. Being told to keep the shots up, but I didn't think that was too low. I think the shots are quite low by Huysenor, but the bad markings around the, looks like the left eye and the right eye of Huysenor, looks like his eyes almost closed.
Mullender dictating things now. And look at the way that Huysenor is just starting to puff a little bit and starting to arch over. And Mullender might be able to get his man here in the third.
This is good work. I'm impressed with Mullender tonight. I like what I'm seeing here. These shots around the side are sickening shots. We can hear them from here. They're really digging in.
Oh, another great
see this going the distance.
Right kidney of Huysenor.
Referee's looking close already.
Oh, another left from Mullender down the barrel there, right on the chin.
Shots just aren't coming back with any power anymore from Huysenor. You can tell he's really been taken aback by these shots.
And it's the body shots that have been the more telling, haven't they?
Beautiful.
They're the ones that have sapped the energy.
Beautiful shots.
It's really getting some treatment now, Huysenor, in the sort of kidney, just under the rib cage as well. It's really punishing shots. And Mullender's mixing it up as well now. This is really impressive stuff.
He's relentless. He's coming forward. Just won't be denied tonight. He's coming forward. He's whipping in them shots. Looks like he's really enjoying himself in there. Oh, it's classy, classy work.
Really good left to the head. And Huysenor is backing off now and covering up. He's feeling these body shots. They've taken a toll. And Mullender, it's a question of what he wants to do now in the fight, I feel.
Some really good defensive work there by Mullender. He's staying inside of the pocket, which is a dangerous place to be, but he's catching the shots on his gloves. When he's catching them, he's coming back with a quick counter. Very nice.
Mullender putting on a show for his home crowd. But Huysenor has just had a bit of a break towards the end of this third round. His left eye is starting to swell up, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good shot. Caught him with the left up there. The referee moved in closer. You can see he's just waiting for an excuse now to stop this fight because it has been a bit one way. Doesn't look to be as much coming back.
Mullender, another good right to the body and a great left.
Great shot, sickening shot.
And there's a left to the head as well.
Puts the pressure on here now. I can see the referee stopping this. That was a sickening shot.
Huysenor is struggling now at the end of this third round, and as he looks around, he looks us in the eyes.
Really
not much left.
Not at all. No, he looked over at us there from the corner and he just looked to spent force. Really dejected fighter there in the corner.
Given the way this fight started, what an impressive way Mullender has earned his way into the fight.
Tremendous, because Huysenor came out landing some big meaty shots, really looked the part, but Mullender just gritted his teeth, stayed in there and outworked him, outtraded him.
Well, Mullender, as you can see, kept producing some great combinations. If it wasn't open to go to the body, he'd go up top, and then as you can see, some really good shots downstairs as well.
Really good work.
These body shots that have really hurt Hyvseinor.
He thought about what he was doing. He caught the shots on his gloves and his elbows, put his hands around, came back with his own counter. It wasn't reckless.
Round 4, and Hyvseinor is puffing. And Mullender, look at this. Really busy fighter, energetic, effervescent. He wants this badly, but he's sticking to the plan as well.
Really is, really on form tonight. Another round like the last one, I can't see this going to 3 minutes. See, there's just not as much coming back. We saw earlier on in the fight, Hyvseinor's shots had a bit of meat and a bit of spite in them. Now he's almost just putting his arms out in desperation. He's completely taken the fight out of him.
Well, if Steve Goodwin wanted an earthquake, this one has produced the goods. He's really got the place shaking here, Mullender. And another good left hand there.
Great shot.
Oh, and
that's a left it around the side again.
He's just making Hyvseinor shake with those shots. You can feel them at ringside. Big shout from Joe's corner saying, don't get lazy. I haven't seen anything of that yet.
No, definitely not. They really want him to keep the pressure on, because this is a fight that could be stopped at any moment. He puts a bit of pressure on him. The corner do not want to let Hyvseinor back into this fight.
He knows he's got his man now, Joe Mullender. And it's a question of whether he can catch him with a really terrific shot. Because Hyvseinor is tough as teak.
Fair play to Hyvseinor. Some of these body shots tonight, we could hear them here ringside. Really, really planted, landed nicely, and he's taken them. He's still in there. Full credit.
Mullender comes forward again. And again, as Kevin said, taking those shots on the gloves, they are not registering from Hyvseinor. And then he gets inside and tries to throw a big one like that. Big left hand, and Hyvseinor just trying to clear his nose there. He's not comfortable.
He's taking some big, heavy shots in this fight.
Oh,
that's another good shot. This is fantastic.
Is his trademark punch, isn't it? That's the one that he's leaving as a stamp of Joe was here in this fight.
But Hyvseinor is still in there. He won't be denied. You can tell he's hurt around the body, so he's crouched over almost in pain, but still whipping his shots in around the sides.
Showing great heart, isn't he?
Fantastic heart.
Mullender looking for options again. He got caught with a couple of shots there to the body, but they obviously haven't made him think about stepping off the gas. 30 seconds to go in round 4 of this 6-round contest. And both fighters starting to tire, but Mullender not nearly as much. Hyvseinor has been crouched over, as Kevin was saying, in this 4th round. And Mullender still coming forward and showing such good ring craft. Gloves are up. The shots are just deflecting off those like a force field.
I do like the way that he's throwing these shots with real venom, real spite, but he looks loose. He looks nice and loose in his work. He doesn't look tight or restrictive, like he's loading up too much. Very impressive.
Absolutely. He's looked like he's known what the plan is, but he's also showing really good composure. Let's see some of the best moments in that 4th round, mostly coming from Mullender, it has to be said. There's that crunching left to the body, and that really has been his best shot in this whole bout.
It's been the shot that's completely sickened him, really taken the wind out of his sails.
And it leaves the other fighter just gasping for air, doesn't it, towards the end of the fight?
Absolutely. You could actually see the physical difference in how Hyvseinor is standing. He was tall, strong, upright in the 1st round. Now he's almost sort of doubled over in pain, but he's still gritting his teeth and throwing back.
We saw one of those a few years back from Ricky Hatton, which was rated by some as one of the best top 5 body punches they'd ever seen. Wasn't it the Colazzo fight? Was it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, what's impressed me more though about Joe tonight, it's not just been the way he's been coming and attacking forward. He's not been doing it without thought though. He's always been aware of the shots coming back at him. He's had his gloves up, he's caught them like he's doing there. He's catching them, then he's coming back with his own. It's not just reckless work.
Hyvseinor is just trying to hang in there at the moment.
Another good shot.
But look at Mullender. He will not be denied, and big right to the body. And Hyvseinor must be feeling it now. He's looking up almost pleadingly.
I would not be surprised if the referee stops this, if Mullender puts on a bit more pressure.
And there's the body shot that puts Hyvseinor down. The referee makes sure that Mullender doesn't come in for another one. He's shown great courage here, Hyvseinor, because I thought that he was dropping his guard in the build-up to that punch.
I think he's actually telling the referee he doesn't want to go on, but the referee said, there we go, that's better. He was actually at the start of that count telling the referee he didn't want to go on anymore. A
very, very well-deserved victory. He absorbed a little bit of punishment in that first round, but it certainly was not a sign of what was to come, because that was a comprehensive victory and hugely impressive from Joe Mullender, the local boy from Brentwood. And there will be some party in Essex tonight. That was a superb performance. And Mullender comes to the centre of the ring. He can be hugely proud of that. And it is he that goes forward undefeated. Hyvseinor showed bravery, but in the fifth, he made it quite clear to the referee that he had had quite enough punishment, and it could have been stopped even earlier, to be honest. But really, it was only down to his courage that he kept in there. Mullender, a pat on the back for the MC, Tim Piper. He's going to have a great night tonight, I'm sure, and well-deserved. He's trained so hard for this fight. And he put on a real show for his home supporters.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 56 seconds in round 5, referee Mr. Robert Williams has deemed Hyvseinor in no position to continue. Your winner from here in Brentwood, Essex, Smokey Joe Mullender.
Stoppage in the fifth. Joe Mullender, hugely impressive night from him here at the Brentwood Leisure Centre in front of his home fans.
Joe, that was your third pro fight and a very impressive knockout.
Yeah, I didn't expect him. Well, I did expect it, but surprised me how strong he was. It took me the first round. I took a couple of shots, which I know with my style I'd have to do anyway. But with my team and that, we're working every day, just working my feet, trying not to get it too much in the early rounds, because I know I'm going to take over late on. But yeah, I was pleased with it.
I mean, you were working a lot of body shots going in then. He was taking it, to be fair. Would you say that was your toughest test?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, he was a strong boy as well, so I had to come through what he was trying. But I always work on the body every day in training, because I know it winds people down. I mean, that geezer he had hard head, to be fair to him. So go downstairs, but just try and mix it up. Don't be predictable.
Are you stuck to your game plan?
Yeah, I mean, we worked on in the gym, just looking at not rushing in too quick. They're always on at me about using my jab, so I tried. I took a couple, to be fair, but I'd like to think I could hold a shot, so I come through that, yeah. And then just I knew I'd come on. I feel better the more rounds I get. So.
And I'm guessing you want to keep after that. You want to keep active, keep going, and keep getting the belts, the fights under your belt. Yeah,
I mean, I want to fight as soon as possible, but I don't think my team and that will fight till March. So, but that just gives me more time to improve in the gym. I mean, I've got a great stable with Tony Conquest, like John Dignam, Mitchell Smith. I mean, we work hard every day. We all bounce off each other, so I can improve.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Cheers.